And good evening, sports fans, and welcome into another night of high school hoops as we take you through the winter sports season and getting ready for a Black Hills Conference double dip tonight from Lead as the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers host the Sturgis Scoopers in an interclass Black Hills Conference matchup. We'll have the girls game getting underway probably at around 7 p.m. tonight, so we're running about an hour behind as the JV boys are still in progress in a tight game with still 3 minutes left to go in their contest here at the Lead-Deadwood High School gym. But sooner or later, we'll get going and we'll have our countdown to tip off. It's being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair, the Black Hills home team for collision repairs, located at 4415 East Colorado Boulevard down in Spearfish and just off exit 32 at Junction Avenue in Sturgis, as they're a proud supporter of the Sturgis Scoopers as they're on the road tonight, coming through Boulder Canyon, up the hill through Deadwood, and find themselves here in the Mile High City as they take on the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers in a doubleheader tonight, with the girls game set to tip again about 7 o'clock instead of the usual 6 o'clock start time, and the boys will follow sometime tonight. So keep it right here on KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM, and online at KDSJ980.com for all of the coverage tonight. I'm Cody Oliver, back with you here from the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. And once again, joining us tonight on KDSJ-TV, here's Clayson Davis.
Yep, back here in Lead. Another Lead-Deadwood Gold Digger doubleheader on KDSJ Radio and KDSJ-TV. It's Black Hills Conference matchup. These two teams, again, know each other very well. A lot of these kids have been playing against one another ever since they could dribble a basketball. So rivalry game. I know Sturgis has had Lead-Deadwood's number here lately, but we'll see what happens. Again, when it comes to a rivalry game, throw the records out the window, as it's going to be I think it's going to be some good watching here tonight.
And our broadcast booth, we're right here nice and comfy at the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, the official sports medicine provider to several area high schools in the Black Hills and northeastern Wyoming, as we are set up here right at mid-court, about 10 rows up, as far back as you can get on the bleachers, as we're watching the JV boys game right now here on the main court at the Lead-Deadwood High School gym. And again, they have 2:40 left to go in the fourth quarter as the Scoopers lead it by 7 in the JV contest. Across the floor, we have the scores table, and then the Gold Digger bench is off to the right as we look at it, and over to the left is the Scooper bench, and that's where the teams will be set up throughout the night tonight for this doubleheader. And for the girls contest, as we get ready for that one to tip off at around 7 p.m. this evening. So you still have some time if you're just getting off work or traffic is a little bit busier here on our Friday evening with Snowcross and the slopes. And it's like snowmobile weekend here in the higher elevations. So give yourself a little extra time and get settled in here to the Lead-Deadwood High School gym as the Sturgis Scooper girls come in with a record of 3-4 in the season, 2-1 under the Black Hills Conference umbrella. They were 4-16 a year ago as they are under head coach Courtney Poole. And for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, they are 0-10 on the season. They were 0-21 last year as that losing streak continues. Every night, though, there's a possibility to break it as they're 0-3 in the Black Hills Conference, playing at home tonight, and the girls are anxiously waiting these boys to get done tonight so both teams can hit the floor. Again, it is the countdown to tip-off of being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair, the Black Hills home team for collision repairs at 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish and off exit 32 at Junction Avenue in Sturgis. We're live tonight, video-wise, on KDSJ-TV through our YouTube channel and Facebook Live, as well as audio, AM, FM, online stream, and with the KDSJ Sports mobile app. We'll be back to lay the foundation for the first game of our doubleheader tonight, high school girls hoops featuring the Sturgis Scoopers and the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, coming up right after these.
Collision Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers returned again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Beef Logic, Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base Sports Nutrition Program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
You just got a quote from a company.
And let's lay the foundation for a Black Hills Conference doubleheader tonight as Class AA Sturgis Scoopers come up to Lead to take on the Class A Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. In the first game of our doubleheader, the Sturgis Scoopers come in with a 3-4 mark for the girls' side, and they are 2-1 in the Black Hills Conference under head coach Courtney Poole. And for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, they are 0-10 on the season, 0-3 in Black Hills Conference play under first-year head coach Chad McCarty. Later on tonight in the second game of our doubleheader, I'm going to predict about probably an 8:15 p.m. start for that one. The Sturgis Scooper boys come in with a record of 2-6 on the season, 0-4 in Black Hills Conference play. They are under second-year head coach Dan Skinner. And for the Lead-Deadwood Golddigger boys, they are 4-6 on the season. That matches how many wins they had last year. They're 1-2 in Black Hills Conference play under head coach Dan Jansen. And let's lay the foundation for this matchup of the girls contest. And our Laying the Foundation segment being brought to you by Heinzerling Concrete. Give them a call at 605-210-2320 as we lay the foundation and get to know the visiting team a little bit more. The Sturgis Scoopers, this is the first time we've had one of their girls' games on their airwaves this winter under head coach Courtney Poole, formerly Courtney Stapp Poole, and a standout athlete for the Newell Irrigators back in the day. She was an assistant with the girls basketball program in Sturgis before taking over the role as head coach now. And she has 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 1 freshman. That only freshman is Briley Heath. So we'll see if she gets playing time tonight. And Sturgis started off the season with a W on the road at the Custer Wildcats, getting the win there 52-34. Then they lost to Pierre 65-36. They went on the road to Aberdeen Central, lost that game as well 55-43, a 12-point setback there in Aberdeen. Then they got back to their winning ways by defeating Douglas 51-29. They lost to Rapid City Christian 57-30. On January 17th, that would have been last Friday, they did get a win against Rapid City Central last Friday, as the Scoopers were led by Tori Williams in that game. She had 15. Tori had 15 points, pulled down 4 rebounds, had 3 steals, kind of filled up the stat book in that game for the Sturgis Scoopers. So that was a highlight of their win over the Rapid City Central Cobblers, 55-33. And then last Saturday, they hosted Rapid City Stevens, and they lose that game. As we look back at the recap of that one, the Scoopers did come out strong against the 4th-ranked team in the state in Class AA, outscoring Stevens 12-10 in the first quarter, behind 7 points from the Sturgis Scoopers Williams, as I mentioned. She had a strong first quarter, and the score was tied 8-8 at the end of the second quarter. They went into halftime with the Raiders, though, only allowing 4 points in the second quarter as the Stevens Raiders led it 25-12 at halftime. So after a solid first quarter by Sturgis on Saturday, did not go well in the second quarter. And then Stevens standout Talia Porter took things over in the second half, scoring 10 of her game-high 16 points, leading the Raiders to a 27-point victory, 60-33. So good start there by the Scoopers, but then things just got worse as the game went on. Sturgis was led by Addie Kostler with 10 points. Kira Killinger chipped in 7 points. The Scoopers made 12 of 49 field goals for 24%, and they were 9 of 15 from the free throw line for 60%. They had 21 turnovers, though. Anytime you have over 20, it's not good. And they grabbed 36 rebounds, which they did out-rebound Rapid City Stevens, but Sturgis drops to 3-4 in the season, and that was their last game on Saturday as they lose to Rapid City Stevens 60-33. So coming off of a high there on Friday, they get down there in that second quarter, never able to come back. So they're 3-4 with their 3 wins against Custer, Douglas, and Rapid City Central. They have just one game this week. This is it on this Friday night here in Lead as they take on the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, and then next Tuesday they'll be at Hill City. The Sturgis Scoopers are in Class AA, and they are right now ranked number 16 in the state, so right there on the bubble of making it to the Sodax 16 or not. They're 3-4 overall, 3-2 on the road, and they're 3-0 against opponents that have a losing record. So this is another advantage for Sturgis here on the road as a bigger school going up against a team that hasn't won a game yet. Sturgis averages 41 points per game. They give up about 47. And that's your scouting report and laying the foundation segment for Coach Courtney Poole and the Sturgis Scoopers as we send it back over to Clayson Davis to tell them more of our KDSJ-TV coverage tonight and tell us what people can see for free.
Yeah, for free, you can check out KDSJ-TV on YouTube as well as on Facebook on KDSJ-TV and our Facebook page, Black Hills Gold Hits KDSJ. As again, completely free. You can sign on at any time. You can rewatch all of our old broadcasts. We've had Spearfish basketball. We've had Lead-Deadwood basketball here on KDSJ-TV. We've had some wrestling going on as well. We've even had some smaller schools. We had a game of the We have the West River tournament on KDSJ-TV as well. You can rewatch from Newell. You can rewatch even all of our broadcasts from football, volleyball from this past fall, as we did every single Spearfish Spartan football game. You can go back and rewatch some of our volleyball contests here from the listening area as well, and some more, including we have some more highlights of just local activities happening in the listening area as well. I know this past week yesterday I was down right here at the Lodge in Deadwood, and I went to the National High School Rodeo Association winter meetings. I was able to catch up with a bunch of different athletes, to sit down with the president, get Dale Christensen, and more, as they'll be having a segment on KDSJ-TV coming up as well that you can catch again on our YouTube channel at KDSJ-TV.
One of the players for the Sturgis Scoopers on the girls' side, Irina Hagen, she's playing for the Scoopers tonight, and I bet she was involved in one way or another this past week there at the winter meetings up at the Lodge at Deadwood. So there's a look inside KDSJ-TV. You can see for yourself how it has evolved ever since baseball this past summer to this Friday night broadcast tonight. And that leads us to laying the foundation for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, as our Laying the Foundation segment being brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. You can give them a call at 605-210-2320. Golddiggers are under head coach Chad McCarty now, the former Spearfish Spartan football coach. And he came aboard here for Spearfish for Lead-Deadwood as they were looking for a new head coach. So Chad McCarty stepping up and going to be the coach as the Golddiggers are on some rough times, losing 47 games in a row as we come into tonight. They went winless last year, going 0-21. They're 0-10 this year so far, as their game so far has been against Belfouche here at home on opening night. Then they lost to Harding County. Harding County's undefeated at 8-0, so a good squad there. They lose to 64-19. And then right before the Christmas break, They have probably one of their most competitive games against Newell, which we had here on KDSJ. They lost that one 51-35. They went over to the state line shootout and lost to Newcastle and Sundance. Then they went to Kadoka, who only has 2 losses on the season. They lost to the Lady Cougars on the road, 66-14. They lost to New Underwood in a game we featured this month, 53-20. They lost by 40 points to Hill City back on January 16th. And then on January 18th, they lost to Wall 65-19. So unfortunately, a familiar thing in all those scores. The Golddiggers are right around 20 or less points in a lot of those games, as their last game was against St. Thomas More Cavaliers on Tuesday. Now, they could have got run out of the building in that one. 61-23 is quite polite by St. Thomas More, I believe, from this past Tuesday. But still 0-10 on the season as that losing streak continues. We're still about 20 losses away from breaking any state record, so we're not worried about that. And Sturgis tonight, and then a team that coming into the season I thought we'd be able to beat would be Hot Springs tomorrow night. How do you do that on the back night of a double-double and on the road? So we'll see what happens this weekend for Lead-Deadwood, as again they have a handful of seniors, and I think it's now time to really bring up the, even if it's 8th graders, freshmen, sophomores, that's who you have to focus on here for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. As, again, your seniors are coming out of the program. I mean, they put a lot of good hours into this Lead-Deadwood Gold Digger program. They played a lot of basketball, learned a lot. But at a certain point, you got to give your younger kids a chance. They're going to be the future of your program, and get them playing time early, as that will just only make them better and better, especially as they continue to grow under Chad McCarty. As now, there's been signs, there's been flashes of potential ball club players for Lead-Deadwood that they could really rely on here in the near future. But it's just a matter of getting them minutes, getting them more experience, as that's the best way to learn is gain some game minutes.
You only got 10 games left in the regular season, and then these seniors are gone, so they got to step up the ladder here sometime, and I would believe tonight would be one of those nights. The Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers 0-10 on the season. They are 0-4 at home this season. I don't think we've won a game at home in about 3 years, so let's break that streak while we're at it as well. Lead-Deadwood averaging 23 points per game. They give up about 58 points a contest. So defensively, it's been a struggle for Lead-Deadwood. They're going to have to get aggressive against a deeper Sturgis team that every night there's somebody different that steps up for Sturgis, whether it's Long or Kostler or Vleem with the size inside. We talked about Williams having a good performance last Friday. So each game it's been somebody different for Sturgis, so no really standout for them. These two teams met last year. It was over in Sturgis, and it was all Scoopers in that one. Well, that's laying the foundation. We laid it pretty good tonight, I think, as we come up on the tip-off of this girls contest, which is set to tip off at around 7 p.m., which will be in about an hour behind schedule. But we're right here. We're not going anywhere. Got about 4.5 minutes left on the warm-up clock, and then they'll do the starting lineups, national anthem, and then our countdown to tip-off will expire. For Clayson Davis, I'm Cody Oliver. Stick around. We're just getting ready for the first game of our doubleheader of Black Hills Conference play. We'll be back with more right after these.
Being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Vehicles today are complicated and expensive. The professionals at Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Spearfish are here to guide you through everything automotive. From cars, trucks, and SUVs to parts and repairs, Junix takes the confusion out of automobile ownership. Enjoy the ride with Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Family owned since 1931 on West Jackson in Spearfish.
And let's have a look at your matchup menu here for a Friday night. It was kind of light last night on the schedule, and it is tonight as well, really. Spearfish is off until next Tuesday. Bellefouche girls played last night. Both boys and girls will play tomorrow. And then this is one of just a few Black Hills Conference matchups in all of girls and boys basketball tonight here on the Black Hills Conference schedule, as we have our matchup menu being brought to you by the South Dakota Beef Industry Council. And the matchup for tonight has Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers at home in Class A Region 8, taking on the Class AA Sturgis Scoopers in the first of two tonight. And we look at how these two teams fared last year. Sturgis got the win at home 66-12 a year ago. In high school girls basketball action tonight, Jones County is at Cadoke area. Number 1 Sioux Falls O'Gorman in Class AA will go to Sioux Falls Lincoln. Harding County takes on Newell as part of the Little Morrow Conference tournament up in Lemon. Brookings is at Rapid City Central. The only Black Hills Conference girls basketball game tonight is this one with the Sturgis Scoopers at the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. And then later on, Watertown is at number 4 Rapid City Stevens. And in girls basketball tonight, Yankton will be at Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Also, as we continue with our matchup menu, the Little Morrow Conference girls and boys basketball tournaments getting underway today over in Lemon. It's a 2-day tourney this year. And some of the notable girls games, Faith will take on Bison. Newell will be going up against Harding County. And also in high school girls basketball, let's see, it will be Bison going up against McIntosh. I believe the Bison Cardinals already won that game earlier today. So Bison getting out of the gates and winning a first-round game. And we go over to high school boys basketball. We'll talk about that coming up in the boys segment of our matchup menu, being brought to you by South Dakota Beef Industry Council and Beef Logic. Again, the opener of our doubleheader tonight, Sturgis Scoopers 3-4, Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers 0-10, as the Golddiggers will be sporting their home white uniforms, white jerseys and white shorts, and the Scoopers will be going with all black. They're back in black as they have black tops, black shorts, and then the white numbers for head coach Courtney Poole as she takes on head coach Chad McCarty and the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. And that is our matchup menu being brought to you by the South Dakota Beef Industry Council and Beef Logic. We do not have the Lead-Deadwood High School band here tonight, so they're going to not have them with the national anthem, so we will take a break. And when we come back, we will have your Dana Dentart starting lineups and also recognize our game officials and who's blowing the whistles tonight. That's coming up as we lead into tip-off. Our countdown to tip-off being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair. More on the way.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Fisher Sand and Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects from a pickup load to thousands of ton. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel, proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics. Good luck to all teams and athletes competing in today's game.
For nearly 50 years, Low Roofing Incorporated has been the trusted name in commercial roofing across western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming. Family owned and operated since 1975, they bring quality craftsmanship and reliable service to every project, big
no matter what life throws
or small. From repairs to new installations, Low Roofing Incorporated covers it all. Protect your business with the experts who care and products that last. Call 1-800-658-4543. Low Roofing Incorporated, building a legacy of trust, one roof at a time.
This year marks
Direction, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
And welcome back to the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. It's time now for our starting lineups being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts, our family caring for your family. The Scoopers is going to be leading off with number 22, Tori Williams, the junior guard at 5'6". Also getting the start will be number 23, Avery Long, a senior guard. Getting the start in the middle will be number 24, Leah Long. She is a sophomore guard at 5'9". Also plays the post at times, depending on who they're going up against. Number 33, Kiara Killinger gets the start. The junior at 5'11" is a forward. And rounding out the starting five for the Sturgis Scoopers, their post player is, let's see if it's 50 or 51.
The 51, Addie Kostler.
Addie Kostler gets the start, the junior forward. So they start junior, senior, sophomore, junior, junior. So a total of 3 juniors, single senior, and 1 sophomore in the starting lineup for the Sturgis Scoopers as they are under head coach Courtney Poole. They come in with a record of 3-4 in the season and 2-1 in the Black Hills Conference, coming off of a loss at home to Rapid City Stevens this past Saturday. And your starting lineups for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, once again being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts, where a beautiful smile is always in style, and our family caring for your family. And let's check out if the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers go with their usual 5. As the PA announcer, Mr. Campbell, will introduce things coming out of the tunnel, led by number 2, that's Piper Rogers. The senior guard at 5'4" gets the start in the backcourt. Also getting the start will be number 4, Taylor Hansen. She is a senior for the Golddiggers, a forward at 5'7". And playing the forward position will be Emily Farmer, getting a start. Usually doesn't start, but today she will. She's a senior forward at 5'3". Jersey Arts gets another start for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, and she is a senior guard/forward at 5'3". And inside, it'll be Delaney Manson playing the post for Lead-Deadwood. She's a senior at 5'8". So not much height for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. That is going to be a challenge this evening for Lead-Deadwood as they start with a total of 5 seniors, all getting the start tonight. As we mentioned in the pregame show, maybe it's time to go with the youth. Well, not tonight in the starting lineup for head coach Chad McCarty, as the tallest girl out there for Lead-Deadwood is going to be 5'8". As Sturgis has a couple girls that start over 5'7". So Matson will be in the center as she goes up against Addie Kostler. And the tip is underway, controlled by Sturgis, as we go at 7:03 p.m. And our countdown to tip-off pregame show is being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair, with locations in Sturgis and Spearfish. Kostler with the basketball. She had a good performance on Saturday, despite not shooting very well as a team. She was one of the leading scorers. And Kostler missed the shot there, rebounded here by Lead-Deadwood, and they'll get the ball.
It's going to be very important for Lead-Deadwood to rebound versus this tall Sturgis team, and also not to turn the ball over like they just did right there on the inbounds.
The Sturgis Scoopers Class AA squad, so they should pretty handily have this contest as they come in with a record of 3-4 in the season. They show that they can take care of the Golddiggers, which they did a year ago, and it's pretty much all the same girls this year for Lead-Deadwood. As Golddiggers, well, how are they going to break a trap? Well, we'll see it as they get across half court to Hansen, and then Hansen travels with the ball. Coach Poole knows that more and more pressure that they can put on Lead-Deadwood, it's going to be more and more possessions that the Sturgis Scoopers will have. And might be a struggle for Lead-Deadwood just to get across half court here in the first quarter as Sturgis brings the pressure. It's already their 3rd possession of the game, but nobody scored so far.
Yeah, right now Lead-Deadwood, see if they have a better time on defense, because I know, like you said, defense giving up over 58 points per game. It'll be important to see if they can limit these possessions for Sturgis.
And a three-point try from the far corner is no good. Offensive rebound, put back up and in as the Scoopers use their size. And Avery Long, the senior at 5'6", able to get the offensive rebound, put it up and in, and draw the foul. So the old-fashioned three-point play is on the way.
Yeah, Avery Long getting the rebound over Jersey Arts, and it looks like Arts just tried to swat at the ball and get a steal, and in the process of her trying to reach in and get the steal, allowed that baseline to get open and allowed Avery Long to get the and one.
So Avery Long with the free throw makes it a three-point play. And here comes the Golddiggers again trying to break the full court press. And they don't as they throw it away. We'll see tonight probably some minutes from Arena Hagen for the Sturgis Scoopers. Also Avery Marlew, who's been a good cross-country athlete. Might see her tonight off the bench. Olivia Vleem, a sophomore center. That family's always tall. She's 6'1". So if they really want to hit the glass, get her in the game. And they go to Kostler. Keisler, nice turnaround shot, no good. And it's rebounded here by Lead-Deadwood. So now with the missed shot, Lead-Deadwood can get it down the floor without the press. But Sturgis still plays tough defense as they get the trap. Cross court to Piper Rogers. She loses it, and it's over and back. Lead-Deadwood with 4 possessions, 4 turnovers.
Yeah, and just frankly, they've just had a hard time trying to break this Sturgis press right now, as they haven't had anything to go on offense because they just haven't been able to set up offense once, as they haven't even crossed the volleyball line yet in this matchup.
Here's an open three for the Sturgis Scoopers. That will be nothing but net by Tori Williams. She knocks down the triple. Talked about how she had a good start to that Rapid City Central game last week. Lead-Deadwood in Class A, Region 8, always been a pretty good region led by St. Thomas More in years past. Rapid City Christian, Belfouche in that, Hill City, Custer, Hot Springs, all in that region. Right now, St. Thomas More is your number 1 team in Region 8A, followed by Belfouche. Lead-Deadwood in the Cellar Dweller. Here's Kostler with the layup. It is good. They didn't stop the dribble. She takes it almost coast to coast. And Addie Kostler with the bucket. And here's another turnover by Lead-Deadwood, picked up by Sturgis. And then we're going to have a jump ball as they're wrestling forward in the paint with 5:57 left to play. Quick 8-0 lead by the Sturgis Scoopers. And we're going to have the ball go to the Scoopers on the jump ball. And a timeout called here by Chad McCarty and the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. Gives us a chance to recognize our game officials for tonight's contest. And our Law on the Court is being brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. And the men blowing the whistles tonight are Rob Lehman, also Travis Ladson from the Spearfish area, and Tom Heitz. And that is your 3 officials. The men wearing the stripes and black pants and black shoes. They've had a couple of jump balls to whistle here. Just 1 foul so far. That was on Lead-Deadwood. And again, Mr. Lehman, Mr. Ladson, and Mr. Heitz will be doing double duty tonight as they are doing both games. And that is our tonight's game officials. The Law on the Court being brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection.
As now we got a few subs into the game for both teams, as that's when you're talking about Olivia Vleem. She enters the ball game now, 6'1" center. She is only a sophomore for Sturgis, but look to get the ball to her on the inside as she's guarded by Delaney Madsen. Also into the game for Sturgis, and that is going to be number 10, and that is Avery Marler, a senior guard at 5'7".
Isabella Wiegand will be the first one to come in off the bench here for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. Other than that, it's the other 4 starters for Lead-Deadwood. After the timeout called by Coach McCarty, there's 5:37 left to play. First quarter just underway. Sturgis with an early shutout. Here is Vleem. She'll go back outside. Sturgis going to use a little bit of clock as they rotate the basketball around. Everybody gets to touch it. From the bounce pass, outside three-pointer on the way, no good. Offensive rebound here by Sturgis as they were just quicker than Lead-Deadwood to get to the ball.
Yeah, right now it's just hustle and effort by Sturgis right now. That's the main difference in this game, as they forced some early turnovers, and they're just simply out hustling Lead-Deadwood to the ball right now. Coach
Poole, the head coach for Sturgis. Her sister used to be the head coach of the Sturgis Scoopers and the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. So we have the family ties there. As head coach Courtney Poole has Her team up 10-0. And it'll be Lead-Deadwood basketball. It'll be Taylor Hansen to inbound it here for Lead-Deadwood. From the near side over to Wiegand. Now Wiegand is one of those bright spots coming up for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, a sophomore. Also Nakaya Black. We'll see if she gets into the game here. I'm looking across the court. I don't see her right now, but she is over on the bench. Ava Bertrand. Also, we've seen some good things this year from Addie Eastman. Outside, here's Hansen up against the pressure. They go to the near corner. It's kicked out of bounds. Shot clock will stay at 24, so no reset on the shot clock. Game clock is 4:53 left to play first quarter. 10-0 advantage for Sturgis. As Madsen looks to get it around. Nobody's moving real quickly, and they needed to move quicker because there's your 5-second call. And I ran out of room literally to put turnovers down, so I gave up. 10-0 in favor of Sturgis in this one, as the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers will go with a four-court girl-to-girl defense, maybe a trap here at half court, but Sturgis gets on by. Now the pass goes to Vleem. Sturgis doing whatever they want to do right now as they dribble into the paint, pass the defender, and lay it up and in for two. And that is why 24, Leah Long with the layup. So far, there's been 4 different girls that have scored for the Sturgis Scoopers in a 12-0 contest. Here's the pass inside to Arts. She's blocked by the much taller Vleem. That is 5'3" Arts going up against 6'1" Vleem. Advantage Vleem all day, all night, and half of Sunday. Coming in, coming out, we got a couple for Lead-Deadwood. Arts will check out. Hansen will go out, and this brings in Nakaya Black. Also, Eastman comes in off the bench. Here's a quick shot by Wiegand off of the inbounds play. That draws nothing but air. And here comes the Sturgis Scoopers up by a dozen.
Yeah, so now let's see with some of these younger faces in for Lead-Deadwood if offense and defense gets better for the Golddiggers, because right now it's just not cutting it.
And most of this year, it's been those first couple, 3 off the bench that have played better for Lead-Deadwood. So Coach Oliver has been pleading for the underclassmen to get more minutes. 4:04 left to play, first quarter.
Did you send in your application yet?
I didn't, so I should keep my mouth shut. 3 fouls on Lead-Deadwood, 1 on Sturgis.
Hey, you are undefeated in coaching decisions from the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth.
Which is located right here at half court. I can see all the action. I can hear all the parents. So we've never been wrong up here. Here is the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers with the basketball. They're going to get it in from the end of the court. Sturgis Scoopers rotating girls in and out. Looks like everybody's going to get to play for them tonight, as 3 fouls on Lead-Deadwood, 2 on Sturgis. And a foul there by Sturgis reaching in at about the opponent's free throw line. And that was Kylie Phillips, a senior off the bench, reaches in and gets called for the foul there. That'll be the first on her, 3rd on the team. Again, you get up to 5 team fouls and we'll start shooting free throws too. Here is Wiegand, nice dribble down the floor. Maybe took 1 extra step, but we're not counting. And here we go, rebounded by the Sturgis Scoopers. Again, Lead-Deadwood has a bright spot like that, getting into the lane, and then they just dribble with their head down and don't look up to the hoop, and before you know it, the defense has stolen the ball. Here's the Sturgis Scoopers. Again, 4 different girls have scored. They have a leading scorer a lot of different nights. Ooh, that 3-pointer off the mark, no good. And that will bring in Jersey Arts for Lead-Deadwood. Also, Taylor Hansen checks back in, and Matzik gets a breather. Let's see who else. We can't play with 6 girls. Get out there. Piper Rogers will go to the bench.
I feel like that's kind of been the moral of the season right now for Lead-Deadwood. Just dysfunctional, anything from just trying to get across the court and setting up an offense, and even just substituting. There's just been some miscommunication on everyone's part.
And there's a steal by Sturgis up ahead to Long. Long will lay it up and missed it. Rebound here by the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. Golddiggers, again, with the missed shot, they can get it across the court a little bit easier. But pass over to Arts. Arts has been one of their better 3-point shooters. And that shot is no good. And then on the rebound, I think it's going to be a foul called on Sturgis, I think.
I believe it's on Sturgis.
No, it's going to be on Lead-Deadwood's Wiegand. Looks like she took the brunt of the action there. But a foul on her first, and it's the 4th team foul for Lead-Deadwood. We're not shooting yet, so that was Sturgis going to take a length of the floor. Sturgis just faster down the floor right now than Lead-Deadwood, getting into their spot, pushing Wiegand off of her. Wiegand's not having a good time out there as she's getting kind of frustrated, getting thrown around. Got to stand your ground, though. Here's an offensive rebound, put back up high off the glass, is no good by the Sturgis Scoopers. Number 33, that's Kiera Killinger. The junior will get fouled, though. That is the 5th team foul, and it is in the process of shooting. And the guilty party there will be number 3 for Lead-Deadwood. That's Ovalstead, who's checked in the game. I don't think she's in the game, actually. I think that's the wrong number.
Yeah, she's sitting right back there at the timeline. In the circle right there by.
Well, she's standing sideways. I can't see.
At least I think so.
Yes,
yep,
that
it's
is
3.
Okay, both free throws are good. And it's 14-0 in favor of the Sturgis Scoopers. And we're going to have a foul this time on Sturgis. This will be a shooting foul.
It's going to be
let's see, 33, I believe.
Yep.
That is going to be the first on her. Team foul number 4. So the first free throw rolls around and gets the bounce, and we are on the board. With 2:28 left to play in the first quarter, the free throw by Wiegand is good.
She's kind of been the spark plug for Lead-Deadwood in this early contest. She's been the one that's been proven to break the trap and break the press, but she just haven't had a whole lot of help on the other side.
Arts is caught in the corner, the deep coughing corner, and that will be a turnover on Lead-Deadwood as it goes out of bounds. Arts out, Madsen in, and Lead-Deadwood, okay, yep, we just have 5 girls. Here comes the Scoopers as they get it across. Almost over and back there by Sturgis. Now they find the open shot, it's on the way, no good, and there's the rebound by Ovalstad. Ovalstad with the board. She'll outlet it over to Black. Black makes the extra pass inside, but there is a foul, and a hold will be called on Sturgis. That is their 5th team foul. So we're going to be shooting 2 free throws at each end the rest of this first quarter as the officials look over at the scores table and get the notification. The official score this evening is also the former Lead-Deadwood girls basketball coach, Will Maldy, as he resigned after last year. First free throw is good by Black. Saw him sitting in the stands, and then they threw a referee jersey to him and told him, you're going to be the official scorer. Okay. Second free throw by Black is up and good on her tippy toes there. So Nakaya Black makes a pair of free throws. Wiegand made a free throw. We're still looking to get that field goal, but the Golddiggers down 14-3, and this one will be over and back on the Scoopers. It was not tipped, so it'll be a turnover on Sturgis. Our coverage of high school hoops is being brought to you in part by Beef Logic and the South Dakota Beef Industry Council. Also thanks to South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, and by the Millstone over in Spearfish. Loose ball, here's the jump shot. That's not going to draw iron. That's out of bounds, and it will stay with, see if it was tipped because it was such an air ball. It was tipped by Sturgis. So now to the out of bounds line is Madsen. Madsen will look to get it in. They've already had a 5-second violation. This shot is no good by Nakaya Black, and it's rebounded by the Scoopers. Sturgis kind of do whatever they want here as Tori Williams has it. Her pass inside to Long is out of bounds off of the Sturgis Scoopers. 1:33 left. Scoopers do play a lot of girls, so Coach Poole expects them all to go 100% while they're out there for their 2.5-3 minutes. And with 1:33 left to go, first quarter, 14-3 here in favor of Sturgis. Getting across the timeline for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. Now that's just a victory in itself as Black gets it across the timeline, and then just right there, Sturgis gets him in a trap, and that is a jump ball. And unfortunately for Lead-Deadwood, that possession arrow goes to the Scoopers. Sturgis has, let's see, most of their starters in there right now with Avery Long, Tori Williams. They have Addie Kostler, who has the basketball right now. Nice jumper from about 10 feet out, no good. Offensive rebound, and then it is blocked by the bottom of the backboard. Loose ball on the floor, and Piper Rogers comes out of there with it. Gets it to Manson, and Manson says, I don't want anything to do with this hot potato. Gets it over to Arts for three, no good, and it's rebounded here by the Sturgis Scoopers.
And we have now set a new personal best in this game for the amount of time that have passed without a stoppage.
Let's roll on through this, baby. We're already an hour behind. Here is Sturgis Scoopers with the basketball. Good player here is Avery Long. She's a senior. She's really developed over the last couple years under head coach Courtney Poole. This team may not have a winning record, but they have a winning attitude, which is half the battle, and they have gotten better with a lot of these girls over the years. Well, we do have a stoppage, and we have sponsors that are yelling for their name to get mentioned, so we'll take a break, and we'll be back in 30 seconds on KDSJ Sports.
50th anniversary of Pillin Optical. Since 1974, Pillin has dedicated its business to serving the community with quality eye care at a great price. The inventory has grown, giving you the widest selection of frames while maintaining the best prices for your family eye care needs. Your family is special, and Pillin Optical wants you to enjoy every minute clearly with them. After all, at Pillin Optical, quality eye care and customer service is the most important thing next to your sight. Pillin Optical, family owned for 50 years, 409 Kansas City Street.
In Sports Medicine broadcast booth here at the Lead-Deadwood High School gym number 1, the main gym. And we have 35.6 seconds left to go. Clayson Davis, thank you for hitting my mute. As much as everybody wants to hear us talk tonight, here's what we got for you. The only Black Hills Conference girls basketball game in the Black Hills tonight, and it's between Sturgis and Lead-Deadwood. The two teams only get together one time each year, as Class AA Sturgis this year makes the road trip up to Lead to take on the Golddiggers. Jersey Arts with the basketball. Bounce pass goes inside to Madsen. Madsen's shot is blocked, but partially blocked on her arm as well. So Madsen would go to the free throw line. Right shoe is green, left shoe is pink with the white jersey, white shorts.
Nice to have matching shoes.
They do have a bunch of them are wildly neon colored shoes for Lead-Deadwood.
Did you ever have neon colored shoes, Cody, when you played?
I did not.
Oh.
As wild as I got was the Shaq zebra stripes ones. And that was
those need to make a comeback. You need to wear them to our next broadcast.
Those shoes were way too expensive for my family to afford back in the day. So that one pair lasted me, I think, 3 years of high school. I was usually right in the pine anyway, so it didn't matter how expensive my shoes were. And when my parents finally figured out that I wasn't getting the playing time.
Hey, if you look good, you feel good, you play good.
Here is Nakaya Black with the basketball. 13 seconds left to go on the game clock. The shot clock is turned off. Bounce pass goes in the lane, missed by Wiegand. Defensive rebound here by the Sturgis Scoopers. Up ahead to Vleem for three. No good. And no field goals in the first quarter by the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers as the Sturgis Scoopers got out to an 8-0 lead. Now it's 14-3 after the first quarter. You're listening to high school girls basketball in the Black Hills Conference, the Sturgis Scoopers and the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. I'm Cody Oliver. Clayson Davis over at KDSJ-TV, and we'll be back after this 1-minute break for the second quarter.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superioroutosd.com.
Make eating better. Easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made to order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood. All with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90, exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
(14-3), the Sturgis Scoopers with the lead as we begin the second quarter. And right out of the quarter break, she just missed a shot there in the first quarter, but then Addie Kostler hits a three from the deep corner. She now has 5 points, 17-3, advantage Sturgis Scoopers. As Bertrand gets rid of it, goes over to Arts. Her three-pointer is no good. She's 0 for 3 from three-point range as Lead-Deadwood still looking for their first field goal of the contest. Here's an open three again for Sturgis. It's back-to-back threes, one girl to another. It was Kostler first, and now Avery Long hits the three ball.
Yeah, now Sturgis, I think they've had a chance to feel out this game and figured out it's going to be kind of a sloppy, kind of a fist fight in some moments, especially right underneath the rim, as now their Sturgis is going to like to shoot some threes on the outside, and Kostler's hit a few, so I'll be interested to see if they try to go away from that or if they want to get up to the 30-point rule as quick as possible, so then we'll have a running clock the second half.
Sturgis Scoopers can't be playing down against their opponent here tonight, so again, Coach Poole will be monitoring everything as the game goes on, from the starters down to who gets in 11th or 12th. Jersey Arts with the first field goal of the game, and it comes on a three-pointer. She's now 1 for 4 from behind the arc. Keep shooting, girl. And a three-pointer by Arts gets them up to 6 points now, 20-6 underneath. The layup is good. The defense is not there by Lead-Deadwood, and number 23, Avery Long, has back-to-back buckets for the Sturgis Scoopers.
I think just right now, Lead-Deadwood, when they're on defense, no communication in between if they're going to switch on man-to-man defense or if they're going to stay. It almost looks like they're following their man until they see the ball, and then they start to drift toward the ball, and that opens up a cutter underneath. And we've seen that a few times. I know a few broadcasts we've done here before. It almost looks like sometimes they're playing man, sometimes they're playing zone, but communication is critical no matter what defense you're playing.
And sometimes it looks like a zone. They're just not playing up to their girl on defense. As the first free throw, no good. Second free throw is up and good by Arts. She has the last 4 points for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers as they trail 22-7. So a little flame has been sparked here as we get into this second quarter. 2 minutes in. Sturgis almost turned the ball over there. Instead, extra pass goes to Vleem, and her shot rolls around and out. Offensive rebound by Kostler. She puts on the floor, not what you want to do. Take it away by Lead-Deadwood, and the smaller Piper Rogers is in there, but she misses the layup, puts it back up, pads her stats. She gets an offensive rebound and 2 points for Piper Rogers. So again, you can see Sturgis letting up a little bit here in the second quarter as Coach Poole immediately comes over to the scorer's table with a couple of girls and gives them instructions.
Yeah, Coach Poole, like you said, Cody, they don't want to play down to their opponent at all, as they play a lot of girls traditionally. So there's a standard that needs to be set at Sturgis on how they play, no matter what opponent they are playing. And right now, Coach Poole, I couldn't imagine be too overly happy with the effort on the floor so far.
Coming into the game, we'll see what the effort is now from Tori Williams, who just checks in, and Kiara Killinger. The pass is tipped away, and here's a steal by Sturgis, and the layup is no good. Here comes a rebound by Piper Rogers. She sends a scooper to the floor. Piper continues to dribble, maybe too much dribbling and not enough passing to a teammate as she missed the shot, and it's rebounded here by the Scoopers. Scoopers do the nice rotation passes all the way down the floor. Here's the jump shot by Kostler, no good. It was looking like a nice 3-on-1 break They ended up going with the 17-foot jumper, no good. Here's Eastman. She loses the basketball as the Sturgis Scoopers strip it away. And now they give it off to Tori Williams, the junior guard, 5'6". She was really a sharpshooter last year. Top of the key now, they rotate it over. Here's the open look for Avery Long for three, no good. The shot is long, goes out of bounds, and back to the Golddiggers. So here comes Olvelstad into the game. Taylor Hansen checks in, while Madsen and Rogers go to the padded chairs.
Now let's see what this lineup looks like for Lead-Deadwood, because they only have two seniors in the game with Jersey Arts and Taylor Hansen, but everyone else, all sophomores. So it'll be interesting to see how this group of girls gel together again versus now the starters for Sturgis. And Sturgis, they've only scored, okay, I guess they scored more than I thought at halftime.
They've scored 8 points in this quarter.
I was thinking it was 20-9 at halftime, but I mean at the end of the first. But
it was 14-3 after the first quarter, 22-9 now. So still an 8-6 advantage in the quarter for Sturgis. As Lead-Deadwood does get a steal, but then they'll give it right back to Sturgis. Sturgis trying to get down the floor, and they'll be fouled. As Addie Eastman says, you are not going to get an easy layup. You're going to have to earn it. And let's see if they call her in the process of shooting. It will be. So Tori Williams would go to the line.
The Eastman's, no, they called that one on Olvelstad. Nope, now they switched it to Eastman.
And then Eastman goes over here to half court. So that is her first. It's Eastman, Olvelstad, Arts, Bertrand, and Hansen out there right now for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. First free throw missed. Second free throw is good as it hit the front of the rim and dropped in. Both of these teams in and out with the substitutions. At times it's going to be kind of hard, your rotation playing with different girls. Usually you have a set rotation of girls that you're playing with out there. Both of these teams really mixing it up. Underneath, Taylor Hansen will be fouled as she put up a shot from the bottom block.
Yeah, Hansen got lost underneath the Sturgis defense, and if she caught the ball cleanly, probably would have got up and got a layup out of it, if not an and one. But I think at this point, anytime Lead-Deadwood has a chance to shoot the basketball, I think they're going to take it.
Put it up. Here's a free throw. She'll get 2 tries for Taylor Hansen, the senior. She's been playing with the varsity since about 8th grade. And she's been through this struggle, 47 straight losses. I said it before, I'll say it again. I would have just been done with it by.
Take your tiger striped Shaq shoes and go home.
Yeah. But these girls, give it credit to them. There's 5 seniors that have seen some low moments, but they're still playing hard. And they just got to get back on defense. Wide open 3 is no good. Golddiggers got lucky there.
Yeah, no one picked up Avery Long on that first possession, on the first possession there, that go around for Sturgis, and luckily it wasn't a simple three-pointer, but again, there it is. You see it on the floor as Lead-Deadwood, when they get back on defense, they have a hard time trying to pick up their man or even remembering who their man is, and just lack of awareness for Lead-Deadwood on defense.
Here is Arts, makes the pass over. Getting deep is Piper Rogers, and instead of getting fouled, it'll be a turnover on Lead-Deadwood and going to be called for the travel. And she had a couple girls around her. Looked like she got hacked, but she kept moving her feet around, so the official was right behind her and counted her for the travel. Here is Williams. She has a quick step, and this will be a travel on Sturgis. So we're trading turnovers as Leah Long checks in for Sturgis. They've already went to Vleem off the bench. Killinger. 2 or 3 girls off the bench already. Here is Piper Rogers, puts up the shot. That's just tough when you're going up against a girl that's 6'1". Vleem with another block. That's block number 3. The bounce pass for Sturgis is off the mark. Almost ends up in the wastebasket. You can fill in with a joke if you want right there. 2:47 left to play in the second quarter. 23-9 in favor of the Sturgis Scoopers.
Cody, believe it or not, I didn't have one ready.
Oh, I had 3 of them. One foul on Lead-Deadwood, 4 at Sturgis. Well, there's a turnover on Lead-Deadwood before the shot.
No, we're not buffering on KDSJ-TV. There's just a lot of stoppages.
Oh, how are things going over there on TV land?
Well, it's a basketball game.
You're running the camera, doing the commercials, and right now underneath, making the layup, number 23 for the Sturgis Scoopers is Avery Long. We got to entertain ourselves in a 25-9 contest. Putting up the shot is no good by Eastman, rebounded by the Sturgis Scoopers. The Scoopers have it. They'll hand it off over here to Williams. She's going to run the point. Good defense there by Addie Eastman, not making it easy, as she is one of the goal diggers that comes up on him at midcourt and makes you work for every dribble you take.
No, Eastman, she's been one of the few Lady Gold Diggers here tonight that is not afraid of taking it to the Scoopers, both offensively and defensively, as she will get up in your grill, either driving through the lane or on defense.
Here's an offensive rebound. Sturgis just quicker to get to the ball. Killinger outside to Williams as they make the extra pass, and then a bounce pass into Kostler. Outside three-pointer by Killinger, no good. Another offensive rebound by the Sturgis Scoopers, and a reach-in foul from behind on Lead-Deadwood. That'll be the Gold Diggers, I believe, their second team foul in this second quarter, and we'll see who the guilty party is.
I believe they're going to catch Bertrand with her first foul.
And it is a shooting foul, so they're going to leave the substitutions over at the scores table. And going to the free throw line is Leah Long. And her first free throw is up, and that is going to be no good. So now they come in as Olvostad checks in for Arts. And also coming in will be Kostler. She will check in for Killinger. So that's your subs here for both teams. And the second free throw is up, and it's going to get waved off. There's going to be a lane violation on Sturgis as they went over the free throw line before it hit the rim. So 4 team fouls on Sturgis, now 2 on Lead-Deadwood. Lead-Deadwood Gold Diggers going up against the full court press, and here's Addie Eastman breaking the press. Gets it over to Madsen. Madsen to Piper Rogers with her back to the basket. Bounce pass, but it hits Eastman on her shoe and goes out of bounds. It might have been touched actually last by the Scoopers on what ended up being a kind of a pinball. And Lead-Deadwood will inbound it. Here's Bertrand. Nobody's moving. Oh, my. And then they lose the ball out of bounds.
It's hard to get anything going on offense when you stand still.
And that is what they did. And they turned the ball over.
The ball will not go your way if you stand there. It's like talking to a significant other. You won't do anything if you just stand there. They're not going to talk to you because you're ugly. You got to go get them.
Yeah, do that. Single people out there. 25-9.
Cody and I need to take our own advice.
1:11 left to go in the first half. You miss every shot you don't take. And
even if you throw it up against the backboard.
Foul here on Sturgis. We got double bonus time here in the second quarter. This will be on Kostler. There was really no reason for her to foul there or that far out from the hoop. And it sends Eastman to the free throw line. First free throw is no good.
Got to get in the stat book somehow.
She is playing good on defense. See if she can get something done here at the free throw line for the Gold Diggers. 2 field goals in this first half. Both free throws are missed. And now here comes Sturgis with the defensive board. They go over to Kostler. Now over here to the side is Long. Here's the shot, no good by Vleem. Offensive rebound. Scoopers put it up again, and that will be a foul on Lead-Deadwood. And they'll count the basket.
And one. As, again, 6'1" Vleem, head and shoulders above everyone else on the floor. And instead of a box out, it's more of a bar fight underneath in this contest. There's not much boxing out. Everyone's just trying to jump and grab at the ball. And that's where Vleem, when you're 6'1", getting the putback, you're probably going to get hacked in the act no matter what you do. So you might as well get the ball up and get the and one opportunity.
Free throw is no good. Rebounded here by Lead-Deadwood's Madsen. Madsen looking for her point guard. Well, at the time, it's Eastman. Eastman in trouble in the backcourt. She loses it and then just hacks Leah Long. And Long will go to the free throw line now for 2. Sturgis just quicker than Lead-Deadwood here, getting those offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities. And at the line will be Long for 2. That was the second foul on Addie Eastman. And she just said, you're not going to make this easy layup. I'm going to hit you. She didn't get called for the flagrant or intentional foul. It's just a regular foul, but a hard foul at that. And the first free throw is good. Second one on the way is up and short. Tipped out, and here's another chance opportunity for Sturgis, and they make them pay. Three-pointer is good. That one by number 21, Briley Heath, coming in off the bench, getting a field goal, as this gives them the opportunity to put on the full court press. Up 31-9 with 27 seconds left before we have the Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show. Here's the full court press put on again by Sturgis. Some fans would boo at this with a 22-point lead, but they're practicing something, and Lead-Deadwood throws it away into the wrong team. Here's Kostler. They rotate the basketball over, trying to get it into one of their bigs, Vleem. Now the pass goes over to Long, and she'll be fouled again. She has taken some abuse in there. This time it's Leah Long, and she'll go back to the free throw line. She does have a smile on her face as she gets back to the charity stripe.
Yeah, she got up and kind of held the back of her leg, and you could hear her mouth word, "That hurt," as slightly illegal to box out someone when they're still floating in the air.
Piper Rogers' second personal, each team in the double bonus. So now Long will go to the free throw line. Maybe just needs to bend those knees a little bit after taking that hard hit, and she makes it. So she gets another point in the column. 4 points for her. 32 points for the Scoopers, 9 for the Golddiggers. Let's add to it. Jersey Arts from downtown hits the three-pointer. And Arts has 6 points, all from behind the arc. And then she turned around and almost intercepted the pass, but deflected it like safety and just batted it down. Lead-Deadwood out there with Bertrand, Arts, as well as, let's see, we've got Eastman out there. And the three-pointer is no good right before halftime. They did get it off in time, but no good, and a 20-point lead for the Sturgis Scoopers at intermission. It's 32-12 in favor of Sturgis as they're looking to get back to 500 on the season, while the Golddiggers are just trying to get into win column. And at halftime, they're going to have to talk about several things leading into the second half, down 32-12. We have the Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show coming up next, right here on KDSJ 980, 103.5, KDSJ980.com, as well as with the KDSJ Sports mobile app. And you can watch both games tonight for free through KDSJ-TV on our YouTube channel and Facebook Live. We'll be back with more right after these.
Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
American Colloid, a minerals technologies company, is not only part of the community we live in, they are the community. Bentonite clay, mined right here in our own backyard near Belfouche in Colony, Wyoming, provides a contributing factor to this area's economic success. This unique product has a huge range of uses, from the main component in cat litter to health and beauty products, pharmaceuticals, and more. It's all produced right here in all of our community. American Colloid Company, working together, winning together.
For over 10 years, Allied Construction has been a trusted name in the Black Hills, providing top-quality construction services to our local community. We take pride in being a local business with deep roots in the area. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust us to deliver exceptional results on every project. Our team is dedicated to providing personalized service, ensuring your project gets the attention and expertise it deserves.
Check out their website today. Click alliedconstruction.com or find them on Facebook. It's not one, but two great locations in Spearfish to gas up and get what you need on the go. Exit 8 and Exit 14 Speedy Marts offer everything you need so you can get in and get out and get back on the road. Find your favorite snacks and a cold drink, or maybe something fresh from the kitchen or in the cold case. It's all homemade right here. And Exit 8 and Exit 14 offers top-tier fuels from Phillips 66, so you get the most from your transportation. Exit 8 and 14 Speedy Marts in Spearfish. Right off the road, right on the money.
And happy halftime. It is being brought to you by Wolf's Plumbing and Heating as we get you into the halftime show and look at the scoreboard being brought to you by Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Right now the Sturgis Scoopers lead the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers 32-12, a 20-point advantage here for the Sturgis Scoopers at intermission. And we'll look back at this first half, as well as some of the individual stats on the unofficial stat book this evening. So we'll do all that. And again, the Scoopers with a 32-12 lead at halftime. We'll send it over to Clayson Davis at KDSJ-TV for a first half recap as I put together some stats.
Well, to recap the first half, sloppy would be one word I would put it, as Lead-Deadwood really had a hard time just trying to cross the half-court line against this Scooper press in the first quarter, really in the entire first half. As Sturgis, they had multiple possessions. I think they had 4 or 5 first possessions in the first quarter before Lead-Deadwood even crossed the half-court line. And Sturgis got scoring early with a few three-pointers. They were able to get some points in the paint as well, driving through the lane. As a Lead-Deadwood, they were just kind of dysfunctional on offense from the start. They weren't able to really find anything open. And when the Lead-Deadwood did get across the half-court line and set up anything on offense, there really wasn't a lot there. As Lead-Deadwood, not a whole lot of movement on offense. It just seemed pretty stagnant, as there'd be a lot of times where Sturgis would set up a trap and no one would really go and get open, as expecting the ball to get thrown their way. As in sport of basketball, you got to be able to move around, find open holes, especially if it's a man or a zone defense. It doesn't really matter. And Lead-Deadwood really didn't have a whole lot of movement or anything going in that first quarter. As also, another thing I had in my notes is Sturgis had a lot of subs, as it seemed like every single stoppage there have been girls subbing in and out for the Scoopers, and sports with playing a team that hasn't won a game in 47 tries. You want to get some younger players in as well. For Lead-Deadwood, I'm interested to see if they have some more of their younger players step up. We've seen a lot of good things from Addie Eastman from Lead-Deadwood, wearing number 11, the sophomore. Also Nakaya Black, a junior that has some good playing time. Izzy Wigand, she is a sophomore as well. She was kind of the first spark for Lead-Deadwood offensively. And see if some of them can step up as well, and really scoring, especially in that second quarter. That was all Jersey Arts, as she's not afraid to let it fly from three, as we've seen multiple times this year. But Jersey Arts was able to hit a few three-pointers, get Lead-Deadwood eventually up to double digits with 12 points. We'll see how many points she has on the night when we send it back over to stats with Cody Oliver. But again, Jersey Arts has been the main source of offense for Lead-Deadwood in a game where they just really haven't done anything offensively or defensively. But Sturgis, I mean, like we said earlier this broadcast, Courtney Poole, there's a standard in Sturgis that they need to play to. And it doesn't matter who's going to be in the game, what the score is, or what the situation is. She expects her girls to play. As that's a look at our first half recap. As we're looking at first half recap, as we're looking at some of the highlights on our Tropicals Cafe Sports replay. And I'll send it back over to Cody Oliver with the stats.
And let's look at the first half stats here from the Wolf's Plumbing and Heating Weather Center halftime show. The Sturgis Scoopers had a 14-3 lead after the first quarter, as the Golddiggers did not have a field goal there in the first. In the second quarter, the Scoopers doubled up the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers 18-9 to take a 20-point lead into halftime, 32-12. The Sturgis Scoopers played a lot of girls, but only six of them scored. One into double figures already. That's Avery Long, and she has 10 points. 5 points from Kostler, 4 points apiece from Williams and Leah Long, 2 points from Vleem, and 3 points from Heath off the bench. Briley Heath, a freshman guard, got a bucket there in the first half with a three-pointer. So we add up some more of the numbers. 4 3-pointers made by the Sturgis Scoopers. They made 4 free throws as well. 6 girls scored and 1 into double figures with Avery Long with 10. For the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, 4 girls have scored. Let's see. They did make 3 field goals in the first half. It was 2 points from Piper Rogers. A free throw was made by Wiegand. 2 free throws made by Nakia Black. And then a couple of three-pointers made by Jersey Arts. She's also made a free throw, so she leads the team with 7 points. And Arts with 7, Rogers and Black with 2, and Wiegand with 1. Taylor Hansen has been real hesitant to shoot, one of the senior starters for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. And also Addie Eastman, most of her work has been done on the defensive side and been all over the floor. We'll see if Wiegand gets more involved offensively along with Nakia Black. Again, some of those underclassmen that Lead-Deadwood will have to start turning to for their future. Golddiggers made 2 3-pointers, both by Jersey Arts. They made 4 free throws as the Golddiggers find themselves down by 20 at intermission, 32-12. We'll be back with your Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. We'll return in 2 minutes right here on KDSJ Sports.
Do-it-yourself made easy with help from Proline Equipment Rentals in Belle Fourche. Whether you're a full-fledged contractor or just taking care of some jobs around your home, Proline has the equipment you need. Lifts for any job, like scissor lifts, boom lifts, and man lifts, skid steers, trenchers, backhoes, and more. Step inside to find smaller tools for do-it-yourself projects like concrete work, painting, sewer repair, and more. Call 723-7677, click ProlineEquipmentRentals.com, or stop by off North Highway 85 in Belle Fourche today.
For over 20 years, there's been a better alternative for car repair in Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. It's Auto Doctor, with their 2 ASC certified mechanics who each have over 40 years of experience, and their state-of-the-art facility. They'll treat your vehicle like it's theirs. From mechanical repairs, brakes, alignments, tires, AC work, and more, Auto Doctor also provides advanced diagnostics. From Audis to Volkswagens, if your car is ill, we're the pill. Auto Doctor off Exit 14 Heritage Drive, Spearfish.
The Goldust Casino invites you to try the new menu items now being offered at Maverick Steak and Cocktails. Watch the action as you dine inside the Goldust Casino with tables overlooking the gaming floor. Enjoy over 210 of the newest slot machines and table games in Deadwood. And use your club card for great discounts at the 2 hotels right in the middle of the action. Get reservations today by calling 605-559-1400 or visiting GoldustDeadwood.com.
Are you looking to start your new year with a new career? Pipeline Plastics in Belle Fourche is hiring extrusion and grinder technicians for day and night shifts. If you like the idea of working 6 months and getting paid for the full year, go online to pipe.us/careers and apply now. No experience necessary. They offer competitive pay starting at $20 an hour, great benefits, and much more, including quarterly bonuses. Go online to pipe.us/careers or call 605-892-0500 to apply today. Again, that's pipe.us/careers.
And I'm back here at the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth as we send it over to Clayson Davis with KDSJ-TV coverage tonight of high school hoops. And right now our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
Yeah, thank you, Cody. Let's take a look at some scores real quick before we get back underway. On the girls' side, in Class AA, No More No Gorman over Sioux Falls Lincoln 66-28. It was Roosevelt over Yankton 63-46. Brookings over Rapid City Central 41-27. Number 4, Stevens over Watertown 56-46. In the Class B action, part of the Little Morrill Conference Tournament, Harding County took care of Newell tonight 68-15. Kadoka area beats Jones County 59-40. Lemon over Timberlake 48-38. And that's all we have for teams that we really care about in the listening area from the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
Alrighty, that sets up a Lemon Cowgirl versus Harding County Lady Rancher Little Morrill Conference Championship tomorrow from the Lemon Armory. Here we go, Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers with the basketball, but not for long. Here comes the Sturgis Scoopers with the steal and 2 point. Oh no, she missed the layup. I was almost going to write her down for 2 points, but Avery or Leah Long, let's make your layup. 32-12, 33 seconds into the third quarter. Scoopers almost got an easy 2 points there off of the turnover, but couldn't finish. And now we have them still having the basketball. Avery Long will get it in. I'm expecting more from Williams and Leah Long here in this second half. So you're on the hot seat, girls. Here's Sturgis holding the basketball, trying to find an open spot. They do pass the ball around well in the perimeter. They do have the size underneath, but another missed layup for the Scoopers. Not taking it strong enough up to the rim was Killinger, and that will be back to the Golddiggers. We'll see if Sturgis puts on the press or if they lay off.
I believe they're just going to pick them up right at half court. And I mean literally right at half court.
And try to get a trap there. Sturgis, we'll see what communication they do defensively to get that trap. Now they pass it to the elbow. Here's a almost a free throw line shot by Taylor Hansen. No good. And here comes the Scoopers to the other end, taking it all the way. Nice move there by Addie Kostler, but she gets fouled and goes to the free throw line. That will be a foul on Lead-Deadwood. It is going to be a minute 12 into the third quarter. 32-12, Sturgis with the advantage. They've shot a lot of free throws already in this game, and they'll get back to the line here with Kostler. First free throw is up and good. Nice purple shoes Kostler is sporting tonight.
So we got green, light green and pink. We got white and like a purplish pink. We got purple. We got a reddish pink. We got pink and blue.
Number 22, Tori Williams, sporting the hot pink shoes. We got to say this for those listening on the radio. We got to paint the picture for you because it's really too easy to watch it on KDSJ-TV. Here is the layup good by Tori Williams after the 1 on a 2 at the free throw line. And then we have a whistle in the backcourt.
I believe it's going to be a foul on Leah Long. Be her first. I didn't see what she really did.
It's the first team foul on Sturgis. In a game that's so sloppy, it's kind of tough to play defense at times because that ball is all over the place. And then when you have an air ball there, Arts has already made a couple of three-pointers, but she missed that one. And it's sometimes just tough to stay with your girl or looking around and where that shot's going up. And a new wave of girls coming in. Again, this is the underclassmen wave. We'll mark it down at 6:29 left to play in the third quarter and see how this set does for Lead-Deadwood as the starting five goes out. Could not get a bucket to go in the first minute and a half of the third.
Yeah, Piper Rogers, the only senior that's on the floor, the only one who stayed on the floor after that substitution.
Lead-Deadwood has only 5 girls on the bench to go to. Sturgis has 5, 6, 7, 8 are all the subs that they can use. And going back to the free throw line again is the Sturgis Scoopers. Addie Kostler, she'll have 2 free throws as the Golddiggers keep fouling them in the process of shooting. So Kostler hits the first free throw. Courtney Poole is the head coach of the Sturgis Scoopers, assisted by Josie Dirksen. Josie's mom was a heck of a basketball player in her day. The more you know. The second free throw, good by Kostler. We're getting her points added up here. She has 8 points.
There's a nice little drive by Lead-Deadwood, able to find the open man underneath Bertrand. She got too far underneath the basket. But nice find from Wygand to get it over to Bertrand. Could set up something in the future, potentially.
Kostler gets fouled again in the process of shooting. She got a little bit too deep underneath the hoop, hit the bottom of the backboard, but again, she gets hacked in the act, and she's taken some abuse here in the first 2 minutes and 12 seconds. But her reward is going back to the free throw line and trying to continue to add to the Sturgis Scooper lead. That's up to 26.
And that's one thing I will give Lead-Deadwood credit for. They are physical. They will be physical with you. I mean, I remember that Newell and Lead-Deadwood game. Jersey Arts was playing with a black eye. So they're not afraid to get down and dirty when it comes to it.
Second free throw by Kostler is good. She makes them both.
So now Vleem will come in for Kostler. And they're going to pick him up again at half court. Or full court.
Here's dribbling through traffic is Wiegand. Over to Black. Black back outside to Eastman. Eastman dribbles into the paint. No good. May know her as a rodeo queen here in the Black Hills. I believe she was a former Black Hills Roundup princess or junior queen or whatever age group. But she is a sophomore, I believe. So involved in rodeo. One of very few high school rodeo team members for Lead-Deadwood. Sturgis knows all about high school rodeo, dominating that sport. As it's 40-12, they're dominating this game as well, as the girls have the advantage by 28 points. 5:35 left to play here in the third, and we will have the ball kicked out of bounds. Mr. Ladson will bounce pass it over to the other official, Rob Lehman. Lead-Deadwood trying to set things up offensively here, but off of the leg again and a kick. And Coach McCarty says, let's go with a bounce pass this time, girls, and not at somebody's foot.
We've had 3 stoppages in play, and a whopping 1 second has came off the clock. Here we go. And we're back to 1 second. You're kidding me.
Mr. Campbell hot on the old scoreboard and stoppage over there at the scorer's table, as we've had 3 times the bounce pass.
We made it to 2 seconds. Progress.
Here's the official to hand it again to Lead-Deadwood. This is like the 5th time they try to get it in. Goes off of the head of a Sturgis Scooper. Eastman has it. Here's Piper Rogers with the jump shot. No good. And this one goes out of bounds. And one of the officials said, finally, we are going to go the other way and get out of this area. 40-12, Sturgis Scoopers with the lead. Looks like the Golddiggers will just pick them up at half court with Piper Rogers there. She's aggressive defensively. She's not afraid to reach in there and try to get a steal. Shot inside, no good by Killinger. Way off the mark on the layup. Rebounded by Wiegand over to Eastman. Not clean basketball here over the past 2 minutes of this third quarter. As Rogers gets it to Eastman. Eastman shoots, and that is no good. Offensive rebound by Wiegand, and she'll be fouled as the clock stops at 4:45 left to play in the third quarter. And again, we played about a minute and a half since this second string has been in. Well, nobody scored.
Nobody scored, but I will say that this second string, all these sophomores and juniors, they're going toe for toe and for rebounds. That's one thing I've noticed, as they've done a much better job boxing out and fighting for rebounds. As now we got a few more substitutions, as looks like Madsen will come in, and also entering the game will be Natalie Ewing, a senior guard for Sturgis.
1 out of 2 free throws made by Wiegand, and then we will have a violation and the ball going back to Sturgis. Scoopers out there, including Leah Long and Tori Williams. Out there is Marler, good cross-country runner. And then we have coming in Ewing. And also out there is Vleem. Sturgis with the basketball as they get it to the middle of the floor. They pass it around. Here's Marler. She misses the layup. Putback is no good as well. Sturgis Scoopers, a third try. That's no good. The officials are not going to blow their whistle. They finally do. After 4 opportunities, the Sturgis Scoopers will go back to the line. Leah Long will go to the line after getting fouled, and Sturgis just could not put that one home.
At Sturgis, they had multiple opportunities, as I just bragged on Lead-Deadwood for doing a much better job boxing out. Well, not that time, as Sturgis had multiple putback opportunities, couldn't get anything to go, but fighting for the rebound, Leah Long able to get a few second chance opportunities, finally gets hacked in the act and heads to the line, as now Taylor Hansen will come in for Addie Eastman for the Golddiggers.
So some of these starters getting their way back into the game. As Leah Long makes both free throws, she has 6 points unofficially. Lead-Deadwood has 1 point in this third quarter. Sturgis has 10, as Sturgis leads it 42-13. 4:10 left to play. Nice steal by the quick Marler, and then from behind, it's Wiegand stripping the ball loose, and that goes out of bounds. Again, not giving up on the play there by Wiegand, and no foul called. We've had 4 fouls called on the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. Oh, they will call a foul. And the foul will be called, must be on Wiegand, and it is her third. So another time by Lead-Deadwood, they did not allow an easy layup. Instead, going with the fouling. Marler's first free throw is good. His second free throw is twice as nice. She makes them both, then she goes out of the game. Let's see who else checks out. We have some more substitutions coming in. Number 24 is in. That still is Leah Long. She's still out there with Avery Long, a couple of the starters. Phillips is in there. Ball comes over here to the near side. A bounce pass over to Piper Rogers. Rogers, free throw line, air ball, and out of bounds. Back to Sturgis, up by a score of 44-13, 29-point lead, as the official will give the ball to the Scoopers. 31. So then we have a running clock. Good job on the math there, buddy.
Yeah, you know, it's...
Where's your calculator?
I want to act like I didn't use one, so you can be proud of me.
Okay. 44-13, we get over.
Yeah, when did I ever beat you in a math problem?
We get over the 30-point differential, and we have a running clock, so we can get on to the boys' game, which will already be running late tonight. Underneath, offensive rebound by Ewing, and this will be a jump ball. So possession does point to Sturgis. So the Scoopers will take it from underneath their own basket. Sturgis looking to get it in and getting it out on top to Phillips. Phillips, extra pass to Vleem is out of bounds off of her. Turnover on Sturgis, and gives the ball back here to the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers.
I do have to say, Vleem, only a sophomore, but 6'1", a lot of size, physicality for Sturgis. Once she can kind of start getting a little better control of her body and more experience here at the varsity level, look out in a year or two, as she's going to be a problem in Class AA basketball.
Here is Ewing, picks up her dribble. Lead-Deadwood playing a lot better defense now, not fouling. Instead, Piper Rogers with the steal. Her layup is no good. Golddiggers with just 1 point in this third quarter, as 2 minutes left to go. Next string of girls come in for the Golddiggers as they go with the younger unit, and the starters get a rest.
Let me see here. We got Eastman, Jersey Arts back in the game, Bertrand, Wiegand, and also we have a Emily Farmer sighting as well.
She started the game. Layup is no good that time by Wiegand, and a defensive rebound by Vleem, and then she'll be fouled. It is double bonus time, I believe. 5 fouls on the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. Sturgis has shot a lot of free throws tonight, and they'll continue to do that as they go to the line here in a couple of moments. We say thanks to more of our sponsors here on KDSJ Sports, bringing you a high school basketball doubleheader tonight. We want to say thanks to Exit 8 and Exit 14 Speedy Mart over in Spearfish. Thanks to Tropical Smoothie TV, or Tropical Smoothie Cafe, bringing you the TV replay over on our YouTube and Facebook Live. And Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. And on the Junix scoreboard right now, it's 45-13 in favor of Sturgis. 1:16 left to play in the third quarter, as Sturgis has outscored Lead-Deadwood in this third 13-1. Here's Vleem as Lead-Deadwood comes up on her. Weekend trying to go for the steal. She literally went in there for two hands trying to take it away. So she's playing right there up on her. Underneath, getting too far underneath the basket. Now stepping out, three-pointer. Looks like this one's going to be good. No good by Avery Long. And we are going to go the other way. Lead-Deadwood basketball as the clock under a minute with the running clock here in the third quarter, with the lead being 32 points. 5 fouls on Lead-Deadwood in this quarter, 4 for Sturgis, and then they'll reset those fouls as we head into the fourth. Sturgis came into this game 3-4 in the season, coming off of a loss to Rapid City Stevens last Saturday. A game that they were competitive in the first quarter, and then things got out of hand in the second quarter. They only made 2 field goals in that second quarter, and then there was the Talia Porter show in the second half. Three-pointer, no good by Phillips. Long rebound is corralled there by Eastman. Eastman brings the ball down the floor. She's no hesitant to shoot a three. She puts it up, no good. She had to put it up when she did because the clock was winding down, and at the buzzer, the shot is missed. No field goals in the first quarter or the third quarter for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers as the Sturgis Scoopers increase their lead from a 20-point advantage at halftime to 32 after 3 quarters. We go to the fourth quarter next. Stay tuned for more high school hoops on KDSJ 980, 103.5, KDSJ Online, and also with KDSJ-TV.
No matter what life throws in your direction, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
Jake's Collision Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers return again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
I'm Cody Oliver with KDSJ Radio. Clayson Davis here with KDSJ-TV as well, as the Golddiggers inbound pass to begin the fourth quarter is taken away by Sturgis. They have not done a very well job of finishing in the lane tonight at the Sturgis Scoopers. They have made 4 3-pointers, but a lot of missed shots in the paint. And guess where they're going? To the free throw line again. And back to the line this time is Leah Long. And this is the, let's see, each team with a foul early on here in the fourth quarter as they reset the foul situation. Leah Long at the free throw line. She's made 5 of them. Kostler's made 6 free throws. And Leah Long with only 1 field goal. And she makes the free throw. So she's getting hacked underneath, but going to the free throw line and hitting a couple there. And a reminder, at the conclusion of this game, we'll have our post-game show and a quick turnaround as we will name our superior performance and our player of the game of this one, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions. Underneath, the difficult shot again. The officials are not going to call that foul as she just fell down. Here is Eastman. Eastman getting that ball under control. She goes to the lane. She falls down because she was tripped. She's taking abuse at one end, and then it's Leah Long getting all the falls against her competition at the other end.
And the common denominator between the two is those are the two girls on this contest that have done the most damage offensively and defensively. They both have stuck their nose underneath the basket when it comes to rebounds in each other's faces on defense and offense, and both not afraid to drive the paint.
Kaya Black just getting into the game, but the inbounds pass again is stolen away by Sturgis, and they do make a fast break layup by Leah Long, her second field goal, as it's now 49-13 running clock here in the second half as we get into the 8 o'clock hour here on a Friday night. Jersey Arts with it. She's hit a couple three-pointers. The pass inside intended for Wiegand is over to Rogers, and then we're going to have a whistle and a foul here on the Sturgis Scoopers, I believe. As the boys teams, both of them are in their locker rooms, getting warmed up, stretched out, getting ready to take the floor here in a few minutes. Again, we have a really quick turnover usually from girls to boys, so not much of a post-game show. We can do the recap as we go through this fourth quarter. And then we do have a conversation that we did with head coach of the Sturgis Scoopers, but the cell phone reception just kept cutting out. So I put together a part B segment. We went with plan B, and we're going to make the best of it. So a little recap of the season so far for the Sturgis Scoopers. We've seen the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers. We've done 3 or 4 of their games already. We'll get to know a little bit more about Sturgis. Pass from Arts intended for Bertrand underneath goes off of the defender fingertips. So to stay with Lead-Deadwood. They'll come over here to the near side, try to get it inbounds from the baseline. And again, the inbounds pass have not been good, as another one has been stolen away by Sturgis in this quarter. 3 inbounds pass, and they've all been intercepted. Here's a 3 from long range, and Addie Kostler continues to do well from the field, and she now has 8 and 6. That would be 14 points for her. Her and Avery Long have been the main scorers. Here is Taylor Hansen. Hansen puts up the shot from about 15 feet, and Hansen gets the shot to go for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers senior.
That is the first field goal for Lead-Deadwood since the second quarter. With 3:48 left to go in the fourth quarter, it's been a drought. Underneath, shot is up and good, and fouled. And Killinger will go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Sturgis Scoopers on their way to getting their 4th victory of the season, going to 4-4, so back to 500. They started off with a win at Custer on the season, as a whole crew of girls come in for both teams. All right, let's see who we got.
I'll let you figure it out.
Okay, we got Kinley Stewart, number 2. Number 0, there's Arena Hagen into the game. We've got number 12, that is Braylee Freytag. Vleem just checked into the game as well. And number 21, that is Briley Heath as well.
Lead-Deadwood has pretty much done their 5 in, 5 out. So their second string is in there, which would be their younger girls. We do have Madsen, who's a senior. And the bounce pass into her is taken away by the Sturgis Scoopers. Nothing going on offense here for Lead-Deadwood in this fourth quarter, as the Golddiggers do strip the ball away, get it back in, but then it's Vleem with another block, but too much of the arm, as she didn't go straight up, instead kind of leaned in to the Lead-Deadwood shooter, and going to get called on the foul every time there. So that is Vleem's 3rd, team foul number 4. 2:47 left to play, fourth quarter. And it'll be Wiegand at the line, and she misses the first free throw. Sturgis leaders so far. Tori Williams, I thought we would see more points out of her. She has 6. And then there's double digits from Avery Long, who has 10. Wiegand makes a free throw. She has 3 points, all at the line. And then near side, almost out of bounds by Sturgis, dribbling it. Instead, it'll be knocked out of bounds by Lead-Deadwood Golddigger. Golddigger's second string. They're not giving up on this game, as they're playing all out defensively, at least. They can't get anything to go offensively, as they've been only averaging around 19 points a contest, and unfortunately Golddigger fans were right on average. As the Sturgis Scoopers have the ball, they're going to use maybe some clock here. No, sirree, we won't. That layup was too easy for number 21 not to pass up, as Briley Heath has her second field goal. Here's Lead-Deadwood, and they'll get called for an offensive foul. Under 2 minutes left to play. 57-16. What was the score of last year? We might be right on. This is why we have the archives. Ooh, last year. Ooh.
Last year was better?
No,
worse.
Last year Sturgis won 66-12.
Oh.
Here's three-pointer by Hagen, no good.
This is better.
And then we have a tie-up, a jump ball. Jersey Arts has made a couple of three-pointers tonight for Lead-Deadwood, but then only 2 other field goals the entire game. 1 field goal from Piper Rogers, 1 field goal by Taylor Hansen. That came here in the fourth quarter. Again, you have a running clock, so you don't have a whole lot of time to have some shots put up or scoring. But we do have Jersey Arts going to the free throw line after getting fouled. It's double bonus time, as that was the first personal foul called on Stewart, who's into the game for the Scoopers. First free throw, no good. As we get now Hansen, Rogers, Arts, Madsen, and Farmer into the game. So all 5 starters are in there for Lead-Deadwood, and then she goes over the line on the free throw and gives the ball back to the Scoopers. Tough to officiate this game. We talked about it's tough to announce, but tough to officiate a game like this as well. How close do you really call it?
How close do you call it, especially with how physical these two teams can be? If you don't call fouls to keep the game going, someone might get hurt.
We've seen Sturgis get hit a lot in the paint. So you go in there, you better have a plan. And this one will go out of bounds over to the Sturgis Scooper bench. Let's see when Sturgis is back in action. And let's see. I'll get that. Lead-Deadwood has to turn around and head to Hot Springs tomorrow. 3, no good. And it goes out of bounds, and this will go to Lead-Deadwood with 35 seconds left to go in this ball game. Sturgis doesn't play tomorrow. Let's see, next Tuesday, they have a doubleheader at Hill City in Black Hills Conference play. So that's when they're back in action. Jersey Arts, 3-pointer, no good. And Sturgis has scored 12 points in this fourth quarter. Lead-Deadwood has scored 3. Here's Hagen outside. Sturgis really not looking to shoot, as Hagen is wide open. But Sturgis will hold the basketball, dribbled out. And our final reads, the Sturgis Scoopers 57 and the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers 16. Sturgis did look sloppy tonight at times. Courtney Poole from the other side of the court, she could see what I was seeing, and a lot of missed layups. And they did go to the free throw line a lot, but a lot of times they were hacked in the paint. They just got to go in there with a little bit more aggression and maybe make some of those layups instead of thinking, oh, I'm just going to get fouled and I don't have to go up so hard. You got to go in there with some intensity. So that'll be something that they have to work on, because they're now 4-4 in the season, 2-2 in the Black Hills Conference. There's a lot of games yet to be played, as this was just the 8th game out of 20 for the Scoopers, and they need to continue to improve with a tough Class AA schedule and Hill City coming up on Tuesday night. We'll take a break, have a game recap, and get you ready for the boys contest when we come back in a minute here on KDSJ Sports.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
Make eating better, easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made-to-order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood, all with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90, exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
And welcome into the post-game show, and our transition into the boys' game is coming up. So let's have a look at their game recap as the Sturgis Scoopers led it after the first quarter 14-3, holding Lead-Deadwood to not a field goal there in the first quarter. Sturgis was up by 20 at halftime, 32-12. Lead-Deadwood did not have a field goal in the third quarter as the Scoopers increased their lead 45-13, and then playing with a running clock throughout the fourth quarter, the Scoopers scored 12 points. Lead-Deadwood had 3. Your final score on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, it was the Sturgis Scoopers 57, the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers 16, as Scoopers improved to 4-4 in the season, 3-1 in Black Hills Conference play. Lead-Deadwood drops to 0-11 on the season, 0-4 in Black Hills Conference play. Sturgis will be back in action next Tuesday at Hill City. The Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers will be on the bus headed down to Hot Springs to take on the Lady Bison in another Black Hills Conference affair tomorrow evening. It's time now for our Superior Performance, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Call 605-642-9111 or see their inventory online at superiораutosd.com. Here's Clayson Davis over at KDSJ-TV with tonight's Player of the Game.
And that will go to a Sturgis Scooper, one in particular, and that is Avery Long, a senior guard at 5'6", led the Scoopers in scoring as she's awarded our Superior Performer. Did a lot of good things for the Scoopers tonight, and again, their dominant win versus Lead-Deadwood. And with that, her name is added to the January ballot for our Superior Performer of the month in the month of January. As, again, Avery Long, congratulations, you're our Superior Performer, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish.
Avery Long and Leah Long both had 10 points, but we give it to the older one of them. So Avery Long, the senior, gets the Player of the Game and our Superior Performance. There was a couple other girls that had some scoring output. Williams had 6, then Killinger with 3, Vleem with 2, and Kostler had most of her points at the free throw line. For the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, just 2 points from Piper Rogers, 2 points from Taylor Hansen. Lead-Deadwood made 4 field goals in the game. 2 of those field goals were 3-pointers made by Jersey Arts, as Lead-Deadwood suffers the defeat here 57-16 at the hands of Coach Courtney Poole and the Sturgis Scoopers. That'll do it for the girls' game. We'll get our transition started and our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to tip-off for the boys' contest. The Scoopers